Hey guys, Galucia here, showing you some more Star Citizen, and today I'm going to be showing you the upgraded Aurora. I have now upgraded it to the Legionnaire. So I originally had the Marquis, and I showed you that in the very first Star Citizen video that I covered, and you can check that out. I'll put a link at the end of this video so that you can go directly to that if you missed that, and then you can see the direct comparison between the Marquis and this. So the Marquis was already a slight upgrade. It wasn't the most basic Aurora out there. But the Legionnaire is definitely a step up, and just about every single thing has been upgraded. So, but first, I wanted to show you this aerial view, and the best reason for that is to show you the missiles on the top. They obviously aren't there on the majority of the Auroras. I believe the only other one that has the missiles on the top by default is the LX. So, those are 4 Talon IR-4 Stalker missiles. Pretty awesome. It gives you obviously, it gives you more firepower, and that's, you know, pretty impressive. So while I walk back down the ladder and whatnot and kind of look it all over, I will also point out, in case it's not completely obvious, that the color scheme is different. It's got this whole green and yellow with the white stripe separating them, and I think that looks really nice too, just putting that out there. So the patch. So they finally patched the game so that you can actually see upgrades. If you were able to buy the Legionnaire just outright, you could have seen it no problem. But if you were like me and you had a different version of the Aurora and then you bought the upgrade to the Legionnaire, which was like an additional $10 to get the upgraded version, you couldn't see it. And that goes for any ship. Any ship that you bought the upgrade, you couldn't apply the upgrade and then see it. So that was, you know, a bummer for me. But they finally came out with this patch. So let's talk about the patch for a second. So obviously it fixed that, and that's one of the biggest like visible changes that it fixed. Also, I think it fixed movement, because I read that it improved it did a lot of bug fixes basically, and I've been trying to recreate that bug where like you would turn and then it would like twitchily move somewhere else and like you would kind of drift across the floor magically and stuff. It doesn't seem to be doing that anymore, and the movement seems more fluid, so it looks like they fixed that. I can't recreate it as much as I've tried. So, kudos to them. So, the Dogfighter module was supposed to come out, and it hasn't. And what I've gathered, the biggest reasons for that is that it's not ready yet, which would be the reason. But it's because the engine, which they're using Cry 3, if you didn't know that already, has a lot of conversions to make it what they need the engine to be for this game. And they could have run a dogfighting module just on Cry 3 as is, but they wanted to finish the modularizations. They wanted to finish modifying the engine to be more for what they wanted for this game, so that when you start the dogfighter module, the ships and whatnot are going to fly like they're going to fly in the finished game. There's no point in coming out with a flight sim portion of the game if it's not going to sim what the actual flight of the game is going to be like. So that was one reason, and the other reason was that the multiplayer wasn't going to be ready yet. So if they had launched it, it would have just been single player only, which would have been still fun to fly around, but because of the engine thing, I'm glad that they delayed it. I'm always all for any type of delay of a game if it means farther optimization and just making the game better. I have no problem with you delaying a game if it means making it better. I hate it when companies rush to release something and it's just awful. Now, on the original Aurora, you had the 2 blasters here on the Class 1 hardpoints. The Marquis had the bearing fixed M3A laser cannons. This one also has an upgraded weapon system and is upgraded to the Klaus and Werner Bulldog repeater, which it looks like a repeater. It's got the 3 cannons, so I imagine, you know, repeater, if it's what I would think it is in my head, then it's, you know, pew, 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 something like that. But I'm also noticing these up here, which look like the same thing. Do I secretly have 4, is my question to you, because it looks like I do. It looks like there's 4 guns on here. I was seeing those when I was up above, and I wanted to get a closer look. So that's interesting. I don't know if I have 2 or 4 cannons now. Maybe someone in the comments can elaborate for me, because the paperwork says 2. But either way, it's increased firepower. It also has increased engines. I wanted to see... Whoa. I wanted to see if the rockets on the top impeded my view while I sleep. Everything else is upgraded, though. The shield is upgraded. It has the same shield that the LX has. It has the same thrusters as the LX has, which are also upgraded. It's got 2 modifiers instead of 1. And it has the upgraded engine, which is also the same as the LX. This looks like it's bugged out. I couldn't look around. No, it wasn't bugged out. It is blocking my view. Oh, God. No, but it is bugged out. Before, you couldn't move your head. Like, I'm moving my head right now. Before, you couldn't move your head as you got out. It was all, like, a scripted thing. But now you can, like, move your head while you get out. And it, like, interferes with the scripted event. And it really just looks buggy and weird. I want to get up there. So, it looks like my view is blocked now. But not by the missiles. I would imagine it's by that pointy thing on the top. Looks like an air intake or something, which is silly, obviously, because we're in space when we're flying this thing. But I'm just saying what it looks like. Whatever that thing is, it's blocking my view. So I don't have a view anymore when I sleep. But yeah, way more firepower. So the intentions of this ship is going to be as an escort to our larger ships that are going to be, you know, maneuvering through long stretches of space to carry cargo, because that's going to be our company's main mission. But I think we're going to also be doing exploration. That's the other part of the mission that we've decided that we were going to be doing for sure. We're going to have 2 parts of the company. The main part would be... Actually, I think we changed our focus, and we're going to be starting as an exploration company that is later going to specialize in the actual movement of cargo, the long-range, high-risk mercantile, I believe is what it's called. So I'm looking forward to all that. I don't notice any huge changes in the cockpit of the ship. Everything looks pretty straightforward in here. So that's the thing. So we didn't get all the we didn't get the flight module or dogfighter module thing released, but do tell that even though it's delayed, it should be delayed by only about a month. We should still see it in January. And in the meantime, I did hear something of a whisper about that they are going to be coming out before that with some type of a weapon modular where you won't be able to fly around and all that stuff, but you'll be able to fire the weapons of the ship. So presumably you'll be able to, like, launch from the hangar or whatever, and you won't be able to maneuver around and stuff like that, but you'll be able to go out into space in the ship and then just fire all your various weapons just to see how they fire, which will be very fun, even just for this ship, but especially for some of the larger ships like my friend Marb and Scale that have the Constellation, because we can get up on the turret and really have a blast with that. A blast. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that will be coming out soon, because I would really like to try out all these weapon systems for you guys. So keep an eye out for that video. I'll be making that as soon as it's available. Probably just make a compilation of all the various ships that I have at my disposal. Every ship that I've made a video for so far, except for the Marquis now, because I've replaced it with this, I will probably just make a single video where I just show off all the various weapons of all those ships and just put it all into one video for you guys to enjoy. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Laters! Okay, as promised, I have the link here for you for my first Star Citizen video. That was with the original Aurora MR, so you can see those side-by-side comparisons. If you like today's video, you click that like button. That really helps me out. And then you can go back and watch this one, and you can like that video. And now we got 2 likes on 2 videos. So if you haven't subscribed already, at this point you may as well, because you're liking everything. If you like it that much, you're going to want to see the next ones. How will you know unless you're subscribed?